And finally, we turn the microphone over now to the man who has been chosen to lead this college into its next half-century of history. So please join me as we turn the page and write the next chapter in this college's storied history, and welcome and congratulate the college's 5th president, Phil Sisson.
Thank you all so much. Good afternoon. I'm honored to be standing here today as Middlesex Community College's 5th president. I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees for entrusting me to lead this amazing institution. At this time, if you will indulge me, this is the audience participation part of the remarks. If you join me in singing Happy Birthday, today is actually the birthday of the college. So, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Middlesex Community College. That's not so easy. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Yeah, didn't know anybody was going to sing at the inauguration. Certainly not the president, did you? If you've been on Facebook, and many of you have, I've received wonderful congratulations on this inauguration today, but more importantly, a slight confusion in the fact that people are reaching out to wish me happy birthday today. Now, if I can explain this quickly, on Facebook, when you join as an organization, and we have very active social media thanks to our marketing and communications department, there is a birth date that has to go in Facebook. And then now, with some of the changes on Facebook, there is an individual that needs to be listed. And in this case, it's Pres Phil. And so now, therefore, everyone has decided that today is my birthday. Now, I'm telling you right now, I am not going to fight it, because that makes me 51, and I can assure you I am not. I mean, let's face it, it's not easy turning 51, whether you're an individual or you're an institution. Now, how many of you in this room, probably have, many of you have not even seen 51, but how many of you remember 51, right? Yeah, think back. For me, it was about 10 years ago. That's the first year that I came to the college. You know, you're a little older, a little wiser, a little more mature, seasoned, experienced, more accomplished. But you look in the mirror, and you realize you're a little grayer. You got a couple of wrinkles, a couple of battle scars, turkey neck, a couple of extra pounds. It is a challenge for anyone or any institution to embrace half a century and more. So how did we end up here today on the college's 51st birthday? Well, honestly, I had a retreat very early in June, before I became president, with the senior college leadership, our faculty and staff partners at MCCC and AFSCME and in Macer, held at the historic Nesmith House in June. And as is often the case at the end of a long day of good conversation and goal setting for the institution, we ended up in the kitchen of the Nesmith House, like any family, and thought, it's been a long 19, 20 months. We haven't been together in a very, very long time. We certainly haven't seen each other. We haven't had the opportunity to hug each other and greet each other like we do as a community here. And we thought how great it would be to actually bring the whole college together and the community to help celebrate the 51st anniversary. But on top of that, you know, this is Middlesex. We can't do anything easy, right? So the new president, he suggests, well, we ought to reinstate emeritus, right, and bring those people back and celebrate the remarkable achievements of those individuals who helped build this institution. You know, and people keep asking me, when are you going to do your inauguration? I was like, well, let's kind of slide an inauguration in there while we're doing this event. And then, of course, why not host a funding event for a new race equity scholarship? In typical Middlesex fashion, we are overachievers, and we have always been. So thank you all for coming to what we created is a fourfer, not a twofer, but a fourfer. So no matter which component of today's celebration brought you here, I'm very grateful to see all of your faces, although I really can't see any of your faces because of this light. At Middlesex, symbols are important. We love logos here at Middlesex. It's a thing. We have an outstanding marketing and communications team. They're amazing. Anytime we want to brand anything, we turn to them and we ask them to develop a logo. And so you'll see on the screen behind me, to the left, the logo for today's celebration. Now, like a Rorschach test, many people have interpreted this logo. Some people said that it looks like the flames of hell, actually. And I think that's probably, oh, yeah, now Sisson's in charge. We're all going to hell. I've also heard that they look like sailboats, like sails in the wind, and perhaps this is how people sail off into retirement and into the sunset. So a couple of interesting interpretations, but what they really mean is an opportunity to turn the page. They represent our past, our present, and our future. On our 40th anniversary, we wrote a book. So if you don't have any anniversary information about the college and you'd like to read it, we didn't get to do that this time around because of the pandemic, but I've got a few copies left. They're going fast. So if you just email me, I'll be happy to get you this text. Thank you, Patrick, for this work and for the folks that created this wonderful anthology of the first 40 years of the institution. But it's a new day for us here at the institution. The other important symbol is our college logo on the left-hand side of the screen behind me. The building with the pillars, the icon that symbolizes strength, solid foundation, a reminder to all of us that Middlesex will be here for many years to come. Now, it may feel odd in all of this to celebrate the future, right? Because the future hasn't happened yet. But to me, celebrating our future symbolizes not who we were. Thank you, Carol, for that wonderful trip down memory lane. And not even who we are. Thank you, Arlene, for your initial impressions of the institution in your first 3 months. I'm so happy to have you here. But who we will be. It's an invitation for all of us to reflect on what Middlesex Community College has accomplished these last 50 years and how together we will dig deep to meet the challenges of the future, and there will be many. But at Middlesex, we are not resistant to change. We are resilient in change, and that is what makes us an exceptional institution. That logo has 6 pillars. It's been used multiple times at the institution for values and goals and strategic plans, but it was really important for me to think about how those 6 pillars represented action steps for our future, because as I said, today is a new day. Today is the day that we begin to think about what Middlesex will become. The first pillar represents exactly what we're doing here today, our ability to remember and to reflect where we came from, our humble beginnings, how we've changed and grown as an institution, as a college community. Think for a moment about our distinguished emeriti that we've recognized today, and all the tremendous talent that's in this room that built this institution. Whether you are part of the college or part of the college community, you've contributed to who we are. Think of the many, many innovations over the years that changed the learning experience for all of our students. We have to reflect on how we can use our past experiences, our collective wisdom of 51 years, to continue to innovate in the new normal that we face. I'd ask you to think about what role do each of us play as we turn the page on this new day at Middlesex Community College. The second pillar represents our ability to restore and rebuild. Restoring our place of prominence in our communities as the community college in those communities. Restoring traditions and ceremonies and symbols and the shared experiences that make Middlesex a unique place to work. Rebuilding confidence and trust between faculty, staff, and administration. When we are in our darkest times, we are all in this journey together, and we know that about how we operate at this institution. Restoring the confidence that our students have when they come to us that they indeed can do this, and that we as an institution have all the tools that they need to achieve their goals and change their lives. We can rebuild our enrollment to pre-pandemic levels and rebuild our academic schedule to fit students' needs with increased flexibility and online and face-to-face options. The third pillar represents our ability to refocus and rebrand the institution. We will, over the next few months, refocus on those program areas that are most critical to our region. We are an economic engine for the state. Think about how we refocus to refuel that engine at a time of great need for our citizens in the region and across the Commonwealth. How do we refocus the many, many partnerships that best serve our students, drive our enrollment, and align with our mission and core values? We must identify and rebrand what makes us unique. We must showcase our strengths as an institution to rebrand our academic offerings and offer guided pathways to assist all students, all citizens, credit and non-credit. The fourth pillar represents our need to reaffirm and rededicate our commitment today to race equity, to be the college that not only provides access, because access without success is hollow, but success for all our students, and once and for all, close the equity gaps that exist at our institution. We should today rededicate ourselves to every student who walks through our doors or signs into our portals, and also rededicate ourselves to reaching out into the community to reach all those who never would have thought that they would enter our doors or complete a college education. The fifth pillar represents our need to re-examine and revise all of our work. This may be the most challenging one. Our practices, our policies, our procedures, all of those things that may be holding us back from achieving our race equity goals. We must together boldly examine the data that helps us revise our programs, our pedagogy, our standards, and more importantly, our way of thinking that is unintentionally but negatively impacting our students, especially our students of color. The last pillar, the most exciting one, represents our ability to reimagine and redesign who we are as an institution, how we collectively, through our new strategic plan and activities and initiatives at the college this coming year, redesign what a student-ready Middlesex Community College looks like and can be. How can we reimagine how we create synergy among our existing programs and services, allowing new programs and services to emerge so that we can become more of the hybrid, high-flex institution our students now want and need. I'm confident in our ability to use these 6 pillars to create our future as an institution. I want to thank at this time each and every one of you, students, faculty, staff, alumni, colleagues, community leaders, donors, trustees, for being here today and helping us honor our past, recognize our present, and celebrate our future. Thank you to our wonderful student trustees, Daniela and Brooke, and Pat Cook for serving as MC for today. Thank you to the Lowell Chamber Orchestra with that beautiful music led by Associate Professor Orlando Sela. And a special thank you to President Emeritus Carol Cowan, Commissioner Santiago, and Interim Provost Rodriguez for their kind words. I want to thank the Planning Committee for their patience and for letting me create this celebration my way. Today's event would not be possible without the generosity of the Middlesex Community College Foundation. Finally, thank you to the staff and administrators who have worked tirelessly to create this special day and pivot at the last moment out of a tent in Bedford to this facility within 2 days. Chief Administrative Officer Colleen Cox, Brian Butler, and the amazing facilities team, the Executive Director of Institutional Advancement, Judy Burke, our Dean of Advancement, Sherry McCormick, and the Advancement team, Associate VP and Dean of Students, Pam Flaherty, Chief Information Officer, Joseph Patuto, and the IT team, Executive Director of Public Affairs, Patrick Cook, the marketing team under the direction of Beth Noel, and Donna Corbin and Alexandra Toubier from the President's Office. After today's ceremony, I invite you to join us for some light refreshments from Bianco's and a much-anticipated musical performance from the Spittin' Viddies featuring MCC's own chemistry professor, John Savage. Thank you, John. I am in your debt. Who says scientists don't have an artistic side? Finally, it would not be an anniversary party without some dancing and great food. Middlesex likes parties. Hope to see you back on the floor for dancing, and don't forget to grab some amazing food from the food trucks outside, stationed out in the front. But thank you again for coming. For people who have come to know me in any institution where I've served, it should be apparent that I truly love the work that I do, and that I found my professional calling in community college administration many years ago. In the past 11 years at Middlesex, I've worked tirelessly to serve all of our students, expand our influence and reputation as a leader in Massachusetts, and position us as a nationally recognized community college. I've come to love this institution and the special community we have here. I'm so very honored to serve as Middlesex's 5th president. I ask that you all join with me in doing your part, students, faculty, staff, administration, community partners, and friends of the college, to recommit to the 6 pillars of excellence that will allow future growth and prosperity for an institution that we all love very much. I promise you, our best days are yet to come. Thank you.